when we look at the issues of domestic violence, it's what I call the secret sin, because it happens in so many families and so many communities around the world where women are just, and sometimes men actually, are not allowed to live with their own free will, with their own decisions, in peace and with respect and with dignity.
Just to dare to disagree with what the man says, it becomes like it's a challenge in the home. The woman is challenging the man, and then tempers free, and then you snap, and then there's a slap, and they say, I'm sorry, and then, okay, perhaps it's a mistake, you know, he won't do it again, and then he does it again, and then he does it again.
The quest for power and control to show domination is the reason why rape happens in the first place. At least 1 in 3 women experienced some form of abuse in their lifetime. Domestic violence, underage marriages, acid attacks, rape are examples of violence against women and girls.
There's so many reasons put forward for FGM. Some believe truly that is their tradition. Some believe it's their culture. And some performs it as a rite of passage. Hence, they do it as teenagers. And you can imagine having your clitoris removed, having your labias removed at age 18 or 15, and you can imagine the implication at a later stage as well. And some perform it just before you get married. Some perform it just before you have your first child, because they believe that the clitoris is very spiritual, it's very powerful, you have to remove it. If not, if you having your first child, your baby can die.
I believe that perpetrators of violence against women use violence to communicate their anger, their displeasure, or their dissatisfaction about a situation. Violence against women is not a justifiable or acceptable means of communication. Violence against women rob women of their dignity, their pride, their feelings of self-worth, their civil liberties, and their human rights. And one thing we are all entitled to as human beings is a feeling of self-worth.
We face certain issues that are universal. Very often, the first instance of domestic violence occurs when a woman is pregnant. We don't know why this is so, but we do have a message that at 5 months, the baby started kicking, and at 5 months, the father started kicking too.
He just saw me on the bed, he stamped me with his feet first, that I should get up, that he has been begging me to abort this pregnancy, and I refused. That today, that he wants me to abort this pregnancy and go back to my father's house, that he's not ready for children. That, oh, that now that I'm married to him, that I want to hook him because of pregnancy, because he's a celebrity and stuff like that. I told him no. He started beating me, punching me. Then there was a wardrobe in our room. Then I opened it, I put my tummy. So he was punching me at my back. And the pains were too much. Then I collected it. He put chunk of folic acid, the red, this thing, on his hand. I should swallow it and abort the pregnancy. Then the pains were too much. I said, okay, you should give it to me. When he gave it to me, I said, okay, let me get water. Then thank God the door was open, because we used just one way to go out of the house, through the living room. Then I ran outside.
There are women who stay in marriages where they get battered, where they get kicked every day because, you know, they've been told that if they get divorced, if they leave the man, they will go to hell. But I think sometimes people should stop and use their minds, because it might be wiser.
A Muslim man does not see a woman but as a companion. That without him remains incomplete. So it is a must. He must be ready to protect and maintain that woman.
Violence brings more terror. Violence brings more conflicts. It puts us under severe rage. So it is expedient for civil societies to come together, unite, to speak with one voice, irrespective of their race, irrespective of their color, irrespective of their ethnics, coming together to emphasize peace.
Starting from a whisper to a shout, we need to talk. We are a generation of young people who believe that violence against women and girls is an injustice that has been ignored for too long. Many organizations are promoting the rights of girls and supporting us to speak against gender violence. We want you to join the conversation.
Ignoring violence against girls or pretending that it's not there is the same as accepting it.
I'm speaking out for peace, for tolerance, for complete eradication. I'm not one who does things by halves, so I'm not going to be looking for a reduction of this or a reduction of that. I'm looking for eradication of gender violence, eradication of maternal, newborn and child mortality, eradication of war, eradication of terrorism, eradication of wickedness, eradication of cruelty, and the promotion of peace one day and peace every day.